Minnesota, of course, has its rural areas, big cities, all part of the makeup of the state here. But we are hearing more and more that people are avoiding Minneapolis altogether, Minnesota's largest city, due to concerns about public safety politics, out of control crime. It seems with the election of the mayor of Minneapolis next month, we wanted your perspective. What is your message here? What really is at stake in that race?
Well, it's easy to live in our bubbles and think, well, what happens in Minneapolis doesn't matter in New Ulm. It doesn't matter in Rochester. It doesn't matter in Mankato, but it does. And I hear stories all the time of families that have made decisions with their kids to not go to the University of Minnesota because it's not safe there. Or, my son or daughter took a job in the cities and they're living in Minneapolis and their car was stolen or their windows were broke out. I don't feel safe having my children move to the metro area. And on top of that, it used to be a vibrant downtown community where we, would love to, from a rural perspective, come into the big city and enjoy the venues, the sporting events, the restaurants, the concerts. And more, I'm hearing people saying, no, I'm not interested in that. I have had so many folks in southern Minnesota tell me that Sioux Falls is the place to go if you want that big city life. It's not Minneapolis anymore. And that, as a fourth generation Minnesotan, as someone that loves our state through and through, that stinks, quite frankly. We can't have the largest city in our state be completely unsafe in certain parts. And you should be able to park your car on a city street in any city street in Minnesota and not worry about the tires being slashed or the windows being knocked out. Like that should be just something a Republican and a Democrat should be able to agree on. But quite frankly, this move to the left, and it's not even the left, it's the far left, the socialist left, that says, heck, we don't even need police. And quite frankly, we have a county attorney that says, hey, if you're speeding or doing some crazy stuff, we're not even going to arrest you anymore. That is not the Minnesota that I grew up in. That's not the Minnesota I would say 90+% of Minnesotans want. So this election does matter to all of us.